Good evening. You guys can hear me? Okay. All right, so that's the question. Who wants to answer that? Huh? Any ideas? Any ideas? What's the difference? Do we know what is the difference between ethics and morals? No? Okay. So, but before we go into that, we need to understand what is ethics and morals. So let's go see it. Moral. It refers to a set of norms, values, and customs that a society or group follows. It is linked to culture, tradition, and is what is considered right or wrong by a specific group. It is practical and lived in everyday life. Example, in some cultures, it is morally acceptable to eat certain types of meat, while in others it's considered wrong. Or for example, if you're in Saudi Arabia, you can have 5 wives, right? If you can handle it, 5 mother-in-law. So then it's okay. But here for us, it's what? Immoral, right? It's promiscuous. It's crazy. But over there, it's completely fine. See the difference? Now let's go into ethics. It is the philosophical reflection on morality. This is amazing. Okay? It is the philosophical reflection on morality. It seeks to understand, question, and justify moral values. It is more universal and rational, trying to find principles that can be applied regardless of culture. Example, ethics can question whether or not it is fair to discriminate against someone based on their origin, even if it is morally accepted in a given society. Huh? There you go. See? So, similar moral set of values or group, ethics, critical and rational study of the rules and values. So, going back here, can you answer that now or no? Yes. What did you teach? There we go. So, why we use that? Who here is a spiritist? Raise your hand. No, raise your hand. Come on, people. Come on. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There's nobody watching you guys, only about 80-some countries watching you guys online, but it's fine. Look, if you're a spiritist is based on what? And ethics. The Spiritist movement is based in morals. Right? You understand now? So let's put the other way. Spiritism is based in ethics. But the Spiritists, they teach Spiritism. And they live Spiritism through morals. Understand or no? Because it's, especially now, right? It's full of right and wrong in Spiritism. Not in Spiritism, in the Spiritism movement. In the Spiritist society. So all morals. All morals. So they kind of destroy Spiritism. But anyway, so let's go. So ethical principle taught by Jesus. So now you answer. So now we're going to see if he really did teach ethics or morals. In morals or ethics, you can see as also there is a good ethics is when you do something without being forced to do it. Right? Because if you're doing something because you are based on your morals or on your belief system, so you're forced to. Right? For example, not having 5 boyfriends, for example. Is anything wrong with that? Huh?
Good.
Why not?
Because you say boyfriend, so for women, always.
Okay, but no, yeah, because it's based on morality. Okay? But if you have 5 boyfriends and you don't care about society, all right? For you, it's fine, right?
No, I wouldn't call it ethical.
Why
Right.
not?
I guess it depends on if the 5 boyfriends know that they have 5 boyfriends, then I guess that would be ethical.
Exactly where I was going to. As long they know, then it's ethical.
Okay.
See? As long the 5 guys accept it. Huh? Or 5 girlfriends. Understood? Now, where it says that you cannot have more than 1 wife, where is this written? On the law, right? Married legally, you can only have 1 wife legally because of legal issues. Okay? Because here, you can only be married once. And does not matter if it's here or in another country. You can only be married once because this law is based in what? Morality. In religious morality. Now, if you're not married, you can have 5 or 6. Do you know the program that in the TV in Ohio, I think it's Ohio or Idaho, that the guy has 5 wives? The Mormon has a whole bunch of wives, right?
And they follow the moral for
And they? The Stewart guy, what is his name? Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith was killed because he started, wanted that, but his intention was otherwise. But anyway, but the thing is, as long as both of them are in agree with it, it's ethics. Now, we follow a rule of morals. Okay? We follow society, like you said. For women to have 5 boyfriends is there, but for a guy, you have 5, oh my, he's the man, right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So if you have a son, you tell, oh, go out and, if you have a son, you tell your son, go out and have a lot of girls tonight. But if you have a daughter, you're not going to tell her, hey, have a lot of guys tonight. See? Understood here? But this is based on what? Morality. Right? Okay? As long as because you don't see the men as equal as the women. And vice versa. That's the problem. Okay, so let's see here. So you guys answered that Jesus taught ethics. So let's see if he really did teach ethics. So remember here, look. This here is important to remember. This part here is more universal and rational. Okay? That's what we're going to base on it. Ethics. Universal. We care about the whole. Morals, we care about our belief system. Okay? And morals should be used with yourself only. Okay? Do you have a set of morals? Do you? Do you have or no?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You do, right? Where do you use them?
In my life. With them.
Okay. By your life, do you live alone?
Yes.
Okay, but you have friends, sons?
Yes, I have my children, my grandchildren.
Right. Especially with your grandchildren. When you're teaching your grandchildren, you're passing your set of morals to them, right? That's wrong. Because you should use your set of morals with yourself only. That's what morals for. You use with yourself. If you think it's wrong to have 5 wives, you don't get 5 wives. But if the guy if Terrence gets 5 wives, it's okay with you. You understand? So you cannot pass your morals to other. That's imposing your belief system into others. Because your set of morals is based on your belief systems. And it's not right or wrong. It only serves for you. It does not serve to anybody else. Understand? So morals you use with you to police yourself because you have your set of beliefs. Instead of judging everybody out there, what you do, you turn your set of morals into you. Now, ethics you use with everybody else. Understood now?
Yes.
It's a whole. Okay? So don't go telling your grandson things that, I'm just kidding. So let's go here. So we can understand here what Jesus won. So let's go see here. Taught by Jesus Christ. Let's see. Love for others. Okay? If you don't believe in homosexuality, you're never going to love a homosexual. Do you? So the other here is only the people that you think that it's the same path as you. Agree? So this,
Father for me is everybody.
Right. But if you base in morals, you're only going to love those who you are your herd, are your tribe, next to you. But as soon as, if you are homophobic, for example, and you have a daughter that becomes gay, you're going to distance yourself from her. Do you understand? You're only going to be loved for her, for others, as long as it does not hurt your set of morals. So this here, love for others, it should be ethics. It does not matter who the person is or what to do or whatever it is. Love always going to be there. So love to others exempt right and wrong. Remember, right and wrong don't exist. It only exists for you. Okay? Now, if the other person do that right and wrong for that, it's their problem. You use with yourself. Oh, I don't want to kill people. You don't kill people. But if other people do, it's their problem. Now you're going to go preaching to others not to kill. You're never going to fit in the idea, enforce it, because every fruit only is going to fall out of the tree when they're ready. Remember that, okay? So ethic foundation, love your neighbor, is a fundamental ethical principle that guides respectful and compassionate behavior among people. That's what Jesus said. Universal education. This teaching promotes empathy and solidarity across cultural and religious boundaries, promoting unity. This is the first teaching of Jesus Christ, okay? The first teaching of Jesus Christ is love for others. Okay, but love for others needs to come as an ethic action, not a moral action. Forgiveness. Forgiveness helps to avoid resentment and strengthening social bonds, encouraging reconciliation and mutual understanding. Jesus' teachings emphasize unlimited forgiveness to promote inner peace and harmonious relationship between people. Look at this. This is very important because people do not understand what is forgiveness. People do not understand forgiveness. They think they should forgive others, and there is no such a thing forgiving others. There is no such a thing. Okay? The forgiveness is with you to bring you inner peace. You need to forgive yourself. Why you need to forgive yourself? Huh? Think about somebody that you need to forgive. Think about it. Okay? You don't have to say it. Now think about it, what they done to you to get into that point. Okay? Got it? Now you put yourself in this position. You got mad at them for something they did to you or to others that you love. All right? So you got mad with this person. You got very angry with this person. She did this to me. Okay? But we allow people to do things to us. People only do things to you when you allow it. So then you don't need forgiveness, because I come to you and say, Denise, you are a terrible person. Okay? And if you look at me and say, listen, Luide, you have the right to say that, but I do not believe you. See? She did not allow me to control her inner peace. At the point that she respects me, Luide, you can say whatever you want because you have free will. But I also have free will to accept it or not. But when you accept it, if she goes there and say, I'm mad at Luide because Luide said to me that I'm a terrible person. Who am I to know that she's a terrible person? I'm using those words and my set of beliefs about her. I don't know who she is. I don't understand what's going on inside there. I'm not here to judge her actions. Do you understand? So when you open the door to get mad, and then you come this idea, I'm going to forgive you because you told me I'm a terrible person. There is no such a thing. You should forgive yourself to allow me to take your inner peace away. Do you understand? Or no? Too complicated? Okay.
Questions?
Wait. Does God forgive anybody? No. No. Of course not. So, for you to be able to forgive somebody, you need to be mad or angry to somebody, right? Do you think God gets mad or angry?
Okay.
See the point there? So you need to act just like a God. People say, oh, don't curse God because he's going to punish. My God. Right? That's stupid. It's the same way it is stupid when somebody comes to you and harm you some way and you allow it. And then that's when the forgiveness comes. You don't need to forgive the other. You need to forgive yourself because you let those words or that action affect you. And it shouldn't. Because we have free will, right? And we should be able to do whatever you want, and that you should be able to believe in what you want or not. Do you understand this part or no? Understand? And that's right, Jesus Christ here, a forgiveness to promote inner peace. Because a person can come in here and say, Luide, you're terrible, your lectures is terrible, everything that you do is terrible. If I believe in what he's saying, I'm going to get mad at this person. If I allow him to say whatever he wants without affecting me, and say, listen, you have the right to do whatever you want. There is no need for forgiveness. I'm okay. See here? I didn't get mad. I didn't get upset. I respect you to curse me in whatever it is, right? Do you understand or no, guys? Yes. Okay, because this is important. Because in a daily life, that's what happens every day, right? Your son comes in, don't do something, and you get sad, your husband, your wife, and this, and that's right, relationship becomes very hard for everybody. Very hard, because we do not understand. We let people in, okay? Because we believe in what they're saying and in what they're doing. If you distance yourself from their choices, you should be okay. You don't need forgiveness. Okay? So that's the reason why the forgiveness is to bring you inner peace. Okay? Now, first one is love others. The second one, forgiveness. Okay? And the forgiveness helps avoid resentment in this and strengthen social bonds, encouragement. Why Jesus Christ brought the forgiveness in? Because back then, it was very hard to explain to these people what his forgiveness was. 2,000 years ago, if I was going to explain this, what I'm explaining here now, they'll never understand. See, there is path of understanding. Some people understand, others don't yet, but their time will come in to understand more deep teachings, especially teachings from Jesus Christ. Okay? Go ahead and ask now. I interrupt you.
I think I understand a little bit more the love and very clear on the moral. The forgiveness, how do you let go then? Because I understand what you're saying about not letting people in, and it makes complete sense. And yes, you do have, it is what you have control of, right? You don't have control of others, but on the other hand too, where this empathy comes in then, because is empathy, how is that, I guess my question is, how do you not let people in without isolating yourself and making yourself into an island?
It's not isolating. It's not isolating yourself. What's your name?
Val.
Val. It's not isolating yourself. It's the contrary of that. It's being part of everything and respecting everything when you do not accept others people's opinion about you. Understand? You're allowing people to be who they are.
It's a hard concept, but I do understand what you're saying.
Yes.
The practicality of it is
Yes.
hard.
If somebody comes to you and tell truth on your face, that truth is not related to who you are. It's related to how he sees you. And that's not true. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
For example, you have a boyfriend and you love him very much. You're very faithful. You're a wonderful girlfriend, right? And then all of a sudden, you caught him cheating. You're going to get very hurt, right? Why? Because you deposit on what? On him what? Trust.
Yes.
Okay? So but how you deposit trust in somebody that you have no control of? Exactly what you just said. See? Because you went into the relationship like this. I'm a trustworthy person. I'm never going to cheat on him. You're expecting the same from him. And you shouldn't. Because you're dealing with two different universes. Okay? And you cannot control your boyfriend's universe. You can only control yours. Okay? That's it is. Then he cheat on you. Okay? Maybe he was weak with another girl. Maybe it was in a moment of weakness. It doesn't matter, but you got hurt. But you shouldn't get hurt. Okay? Because you have no control of it. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. There was no fault. That's how you see it. Understand?
Yes.
Now, he's going to have to work to forgive himself for the act that he did to you. You understand? So the forgiveness is for himself. Look, what I did to Val was terrible. He was a wonderful woman in my life, and I did this, and I lost her. See? But you went into a relationship expecting something back. And every time you go into a relationship is expecting something back, it's going to end up bad. Really bad. You should go in a relationship expecting nothing. Just being yourself. Because people that expect things always get disappointed. And if you don't expect nothing, you don't get disappointed. See? See why the forgiveness is for the person? Only the person? Because women sometimes it's like this, right? They think we can read minds. Right? Like, for example, birthday presents. He knows what I want. Right? You go over there, buy something, and when you give it, It's not what I want. Why didn't you tell me then? Right? You see it, right? And vice versa. Oh, he knows why I want this. I've been talking about this all month long so he can catch up and buys what I want. But the guy is all over the place, right? And he goes over there and buy different thing, and then it wasn't much easier to say, listen, I want this for my birthday. But now, if you like surprises, let it receive whatever comes down the pipe. For crying out loud. Do you understand? And men the same way, right? It's not because, I don't know example for women because I'm not a woman, but I'm a man. So understand this. When people don't read minds, right? It's much easier for you to be open and free so you don't get hurt and thinking and expectation, oh, I give this, I'm expecting this in back. You're only giving this because you are a good person. And you being a good person is not going to make her being a good person or him being a good person. Remember that. Because if it was like this, we are all good, because when Jesus came here, the freaking guy was good, right? Right? And we are all bad. Really bad. Humility. Principle of servant leadership. True leadership is demonstrated by serving others. What was the mission of Jesus Christ on this planet? Thank you. That's what it was. He came here to serve us. He didn't came here to lead us or to be the mentor of the planet. Okay? So he came here to serve. Why? A person that serves use of humility. What is humility? What is to be humble? Remember the passage of the Sermon of the Mount when it says, forgot the word now, bem-aventurados. Let's put this, happy, not happy. Blessed. Thank you, darling. Blessed are those poor of spirit, because they will own the heavens. What is to be poor of spirit? Huh? Excuse me? Sincero? Come on, you know. To be poor of spirit is to be humble. What is to be humble? Is to accept others the way they are. To exercise true unconditional love. And that's the reason to be poor of spirit is to be free of any type of beliefs or morals. That's why they're going to own the heavens, not the earth.
So being poor of spirit, the term being poor of spirit, is that this?
Being spirit as a Holy Spirit, as you putting yourself as a
No.
Holy Spirit? Or?
No, be poor of spirit is be free of any type of judgment.
No, I understand. But what I'm asking in the sermon, and the contrary to it, because Jesus is saying, be poor, those that are poor of spirits. And the contrary will be those that are full of spirits and full of the holy, feeling themselves, their spirits as a holy than the other, right?
No. The holy is another part.
Okay.
Okay? So focus on the poor of spirit. To be poor of spirit is to be free. Poor is not to have nothing, right? Let's go this way. Who is poor is because they don't have anything. To be poor of spirit is to have no beliefs into the soul. No whatsoever. Understand? Okay? Because it's not to have any type of morals, any type of belief system. Because when you're free of belief system, you are also free of judgment. Because you accept everything as it is. Got it? That's what's to be poor of spirit. It's not to be poor of money. I don't want money. I'm going to be poor all my life so I can inherit heavens. No. None of that. None of that. It's to be free of judgment. And the only people that do not judge are the people who are humble. Okay? And humility see whole. And the whole is related to ethics. Okay? Understood or no? Empathy and respect. Humility promotes empathy and respect, which are essential for building authentic relationships and trust and leadership. Okay? So remember on the book Nossa Casa, how are the leaders chosen in Nossa Casa? You read the book? Anybody? Yeah? Guys, read the book? So the leader is chosen by the level of humbleness, humility that they have, because they do create great leadership. Because humble people, as leaders, they don't see different in others. They don't separate. Okay? And also promote empathy. You notice empathy, this word is strong. It's very strong. Very, very, very strong. Very, very strong. And it's the same, it's when you see something happen to others and you feel just like that person is feeling. That's empathy. And does not matter who it is. It does not matter who it is. Okay? Honesty and integrity. Value of honesty. Honesty and integrity are deeply valued, condemning hypocrisy and deceit, especially in leadership. Ethical teachings. The teachings emphasize clear truthfulness, such as let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Who said that? Who said that? Jesus, right? Don't you remember? When he was talking to Tiago or James, when James asked him, Jesus, why don't you make everybody good or safe, whatever? And then Jesus going to James and say, listen, James, your yes needs to be yes, and your no needs to be no, right? So you bring here truthfulness, clear truthfulness, so people understand who you are, and you understand who you are also, okay? Because some people are yes with her, but no with her, right? Or on top of the wall. Let me see which side is stronger here, then I'm going to go into the stronger side. See? That's what is meant in here. Ethical, okay, is to emphasize truthfulness, honesty, and integrity. Integrity is to be who you are, to accept your failures and to accept your successful without transferring to others. Okay? Inclusion and reception. Jesus showed a deep commitment in including marginalized groups excluded by the society at this time, right? Jesus talked to the women. Jesus talked to everybody. People that were bad, to people that were good, Romans, everybody. He didn't see any difference here. Okay? Now whatsoever. Okay? He did not marginalize any type of group. He saw everybody's equal. Remember when he's talking to that lady by the well? She was a Samaritan, right? Yeah. And she was in the well by herself because she was a divorcee, or that's a prostitute. Let's put it this way, right? But he was there teaching her the same way he was teaching the apostles, right? And today we have this weird thing of choosing people, especially for kids, right? The girlfriends of our kids, the boyfriends of our kids, right? The people that we want to interact with, right? We select people here from our political views, right? We separate on that, on this. We excluded people that do not believe and trust and understand the things that way we do, especially in religion, right? There is this fight between religion here, everywhere. Protestants against Catholics, Catholics against Protestants, Spiritists, Buddhists, Muslims. Today, for the majority of these people in this country, they think Islam is a terrorist religion, generalizing the entire concept of those people, what they believe, right? But if we see today how many wars the Catholic Church started, it's 100 times more killing than any Muslim ever did, right? But because we are Christians, right, we protect our herd. And the Muslims became the terrorists, the bad people, the this and this. We generalize. We think the only bad people and religious people is in a Muslim world, but it's not. There is bad Catholics, there is bad Spiritists, there's bad Protestants, there's bad everywhere, right? And what we do is we start separating, forgetting that we are here in this planet to do one thing only. It's so simple what we need to do here. And we've been here for more than 75,000 years as an individual. Okay? As humanity, this is science. We've been here already for 75,000 years. And we are incapable to do the simple thing that we're supposed here to do. Instead of separate, unite. And why we are incapable of uniting this world? Why? Because of you. Because you believe in right and wrong. And you're only going to accept people that is playing in your team. And people that don't play in your belief system, you separate. 75,000 years already, okay? You know how many times you came back here to the reincarnation process in this 75,000 years? In Brazil, I hear the school doesn't do this. The school here doesn't repeat the children, right? In Brazil, we do. If you don't get the numbers at the end of the year, you need to repeat that year. We keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And we fail to understand the most simple thing in the world. Unite. We fell so badly that the spirituality had to create the concept of family. You know that? The concept of family is not part of it, of our evolution process. Because family separates it. If you study the early inhabitants of this planet, there was no such a thing family. It was a herd. Right? I hunt for everybody. I fish for everybody. Right? There was no separation. There was no separation. There was a Native American tribe here in the United States. I was talking about in my study. We know we had 553 nations in this country. And all of them had a different type of government. But most of them had no concept of family. Husband and wife and kids. Everybody lived for everybody. Your son is my son. Right? Who here has a kid today, 11, 12, 14, 13? Anybody? No? Everybody already passed that, 12, 14, right? Do you ever take your kid to a soccer practice or a soccer game? You ever see that? How it is? Huh? A soccer game of a 13 years old, you know how it is? Parents killing each other. Huh? Right? So the competition, it's amazing. So we fell the most simple thing, and we keep coming back here to do exactly this, to unite ourselves. And it's so simple. Don't you feel so compassion and full of love when you help somebody in need? Don't you? Doesn't feel good? Feel great, doesn't it? To help somebody. And it feels even better, even better, when that somebody is a nobody. Did you ever help a nobody? Shame on you, because there is no nobodies. Because everybody is a somebody. So, but a person that you do not know. Yes, right? You feel even more stupendous. That's the reward that is waiting for us to live as one. That feeling all the time. Can you imagine? Huh? What is the last time you had that feeling? Come on, tell me. See? My God. Definitely you guys are going to come back here. Now, another 75,000 years for you guys at least. Okay? You don't remember the last time you felt wonderful to help someone. Unbelievable. Huh? Absolutely unbelievable. And you should be not ashamed to say it. Don't try to be, no, I don't like to say it. Just say it. It's okay. Look, I helped that miserable person here the other day. It's fine. It's fine. You need to broadcast this so others see it and start doing it. It's not ego. It's not ego. When a flower, in the blossom way, put this perfume out, she's putting the perfume out, right? Is that ego from the flower? It is? No. It's just who she is. And that's what we need to do. Right? We need to blossom this, but without inclusion. And right now we see what's happening here, especially in this country. In our country too, in Brazil. Yeah. There's no inclusion. None whatsoever. We sell our souls to a local law. But we forget that we are reigned by a higher law. And this higher law is the law of love, inclusion. But we are always failing in that process. And the last one, peace and nonviolence. Jesus teaches peace and rejects violence, emphasizing reconciliation and mutual respect as ethical foundation. Peacemakers are blessed and called children of God, promoting harmonious thought, empathy, and active listening. The Sermon of the Mountain. Who's gonna own the earth? The peacemakers. The peacemakers. Because they're gonna live in this planet with peace. And isn't it wonderful to live with peace? And nonviolence. Today, we had a horrible episode. That kid was killed, right? And I was flipping around on the social media, and there's a lot of people over there praising his death because of political views. Right? Yeah, Utah. They shot the kid and killed him in front of hundreds of kids on the university. And there is a lot. And I'll tell you, I do not agree with his political views. I'm going to be very sincere with you. When I heard the message, I had to police myself. I had to, hold myself in and say, listen, He is me, and he has the right to believe in whatever he wants to believe and preach whatever he wants to preach. There is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And violence is never the answer. Never, never, never. Never. Because there is no way for you to find peace through violence. There is no such a thing. There is no such a thing. Yes.
On that note, I think, and throughout everything that you're saying, because I've been dealing with that. It's not the boyfriend or the husband or the daughter or personal stuff that it's hard nowadays. It's living in a society where I don't agree with Charlie Kirk's political views either, and it hurt me to the event, like you said, because it's violent. And but the whole magnitude of what's going on, because just a few months ago we had a guy pretending to be a police officer going to a congresswoman and killed her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was completely the opposite of Charlie Kirk. So it's not the ideology anymore. It's the conversation that we're not having. It's that not having.
It's not the conversation.
Yeah.
It's we living in a separate world and seeing us as different people. Yeah. Okay, that's simple as that. Simple as that. It's going to happen in both sides because there is violent people in both sides.
Yeah.
And it's not the answer. The only time that things worked here in this planet is when we didn't use any type of violence. Okay? So, the peacemakers will inherit this planet because the only way to live here with peace is without violence. Okay? Even if we are in a violent world, we should not share this violence. We should not give our attention to it. We should not give our energy to it. Okay? We should not talk about it even. Not even talk about it. We should not even mention ever. Okay? Because every time you focus to it, you make stronger. That's what it is. It's just like the AI on your social media. As soon as you start seeing videos of cake, only video of cake is going to come in. Right? If you focus on the negative will grow. We need to focus on the positive. Always. Even if the world is breaking down in parts. Focus in what you believe in. Now, if you connect yourself into the violence part, okay, because there's a lot of people that do, and it's okay. You need to look at yourself and say, listen, am I part of the whole or am I separate of everything? Do I follow love or do I follow violence? If I follow love, I need to include everybody. It doesn't matter if he's a legal immigrant or an illegal immigrant. It does not matter if he's a Muslim or a Christian. It does not matter if he's white or black. It does not matter if he's red or yellow. Right? And that's the question that we need to ask ourselves. We need to look in the mirror and say, why am I connecting with this belief system? That's what we should do. You connect into a belief system for two reasons. One is because you are more connected to power, or you are connected to love. Because there is no way both of them can coexist. Remember what Jesus says about the two gods? You guys remember? No. You cannot serve two gods. You cannot serve God and mammon. Mammon is what? The god of power, money, material things. I don't like to say material things because material things has nothing to do with power. Okay? It's how you use the material things to show power. All right? That's what you need to think. So if you're following a leader that is connected to power and not the whole humanity and love, inclusion, this, you should ask yourself. And if you are okay with that, be okay with that. Okay? And if you are connected with love, you are connected with love, you are connected with the whole, be okay with that. Until this person here understands that the whole is herself, it's going to take a little while. Because once you connect to power, because we're so used to connect to power, okay, and competitions, okay, it's very hard to get out of it. Because our belief system, our entire belief system, is based in power. Never was based in love. Never. Never was based in love. Not even from your parents, not even from your school, and not even from your church or your Spiritist center. It's always based in power. And power is based in right and wrong. Love is based in ethics. Accept the way it is. I use morals with me. My morals is to police me and not to preach others. Remember that. Use your morals with yourself. Do not go telling your grandson that it's wrong to do this, it's right to do that. Or your son. Do what, use your morals to yourself, or your son, or your friend. I'm using a grandson because of her, I'm just kidding. Right? So that's what it is. Because we're going to trick it down, our belief system, into others. Okay? Remember that. And thank you very much for your time today. And if you guys have any questions about ethics and morals? No? I do have a question for you guys. But I want you guys to be sincere. I'm going to start here. All right, I'll start there. I'm going to ask at a whole. So, after this, do you live your life based in morals or ethics? Your life? You do? Everybody here?
Sometimes. Fluid.
Both.
Fluid.
I do not believe in you people.
I
believe in 100% here that you guys 100% live based on morals.
I believe
Sorry.
my morals weigh heavier, but I do believe that there are moments that it's fluid.
But those moments
Because there are moments that are clearly that there is an ethical issue. Like when I was giving the example of, well, if I have 5 boyfriends but they are okay with it, then it is ethical. So there are moments that are very clear.
But you
And
never
I
had a
guess-
5 boyfriend. I'm talking about reality
No,
here.
but I'm just
Let's
giving
talk
you-
about reality.
I'm just giving you an example. There are realities that are very clearly that it's an ethical moment, and I will go. We talked a little bit earlier today, and you know that I don't understand. Well, don't believe in reincarnation.
That's
I do
good.
understand.
You shouldn't.
I do understand
You should not
the
believe in
concept. I
reincarnation.
feel some importance, and I have questions. That's
Okay,
the basis
that's
of
fine.
it. But and then I'll use that as maybe it's those moments are moments that you've learned throughout your reincarnation, and those are very, very clear, and you can easily detect. And there are moments that the morals are heavier, because even the power, when you said you can, Jesus did tell us not to, you cannot serve two gods, and when you say love and power, and we put it into our everyday life, how can I not have power over my employees, for example? Because the structure of the relationship of business, I do have power over them.
No, you don't.
What I meant, I think you guys understand what I mean, that I don't have moral, or I have power in the relationship, because there is an, what do you call it in English, the hierarchy, right? And that's what I meant. It is hard for you to separate.
There's no such a thing either.
I don't know.
It's because you live in this world thinking that in hierarchy, because you think you're more important than the other one. Hierarchy means importance.
Agreed.
And
saying that,
yes.
that I feel important than that
And that's
person.
okay, because everybody lives like this, Val. It's okay. Everybody lives in hierarchy. Everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody. But it's.
How do you separate that? Like, it's
You-
hard.
honey, you don't separate something that it doesn't exist. It only exists in your head and your belief system. Okay? It only exists in your belief system. If you think you have power over your employees, it only exists in here. You don't. Because he can leave you anytime he wants. That's it. He's free.
Yes.
That's it.
What I meant by power is telling you what to do.
Even the slave owners. Now there is no power. There is no.
What's the word then?
So there is no word for. You're looking for something that doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. So as soon as we study the gospel, Jesus never said that he was more than anybody. Right? There was no hierarchy there. He never said, listen, I come from a higher plane. You a bunch of dum-dums. He never said that. But he did say one thing. Right? My bag is light. That's what he said. That's the only thing he said. Right? Remember? My bag, the carry, is light. That's the only thing he said. So the point is, you don't have power of anybody, and power cannot coexist with love. There is no such a thing. Or you accept, or you exercise love, or you exercise power.
Yes. And that.
Now, you're talking about a structure of work is different.
Not just work and anything like
Anything,
that.
he at the center.
Because
He's the
sometimes-
president of the center. What he says, we need to listen. Do you understand that?
Exactly.
But we listen because we wanted to. It's not because we are forced to. Because we respect him as the president of the center. That's not power.
I guess I use the employee as a bad example, but even as your child, you do, not in a perfect world, not what we should aim for. But you do access, and that's what I meant by
And
fluid. There are some relationships that you do the power thing more than the love, or I don't know.
Yes, not even with your children. All your grandchildren, you have power over. You don't have it.
Those children
Who grow with some rules in the house, they are much better kids than the other who are freedom and go everywhere anytime.
Okay, hold on. Did you live with a kid that overruled on your house? You have a data related to that, or is a belief system of yours?
What? With my children? I grow like this, and
You grow like this,
and it's very good because my kids being
What is good?
honor in school,
And this is good?
they honor the grades very high.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's not good, honey. You focus in material things. You focus in material things. Imagine your grandson, an honest student, but has no heart.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I'm not saying that they do not have heart. I'm just comparing. So which one you want it? You want our honor school intellectual all the way here with no heart? or you wanted a non-intellectual with heart. That's the views of things. That's focus into power, into intellectuality. Because when you die, that intellect is gone. And when you come back here, that intellect is gone. Gone. So the only thing that you keep on a process of progress through multiple lives is your vibrational level in here, not in here.
Yeah, but his grandson, my son-in-law, my daughter in New York is knowing because a competition of my granddaughter there, of volleyball, and was a homeless on the street with the dog. Mm-hmm. He started to cry. Papi, let's get some food for them.
That's good.
Let's go, and it was all this restaurant was closing downtown.
He's learning the sense of responsibility of duty to help others.
And he is playing now basketball, and he say, Nona, I want to play basketball because I'm gonna wear a big warehouse to put all the homeless. I told him you cannot do that.
But we keep.
No, because homeless doesn't stay there. You put there, and the next day they out.
That's a good idea. Not all of them.
No?
See,
Not all of them.
not all of them. See, everything that you say is set on your base of beliefs, honey. Understand? And that's what I'm trying to say here the whole night. Use it to yourself, but don't use to the world as an example for the world.
Society depends on the families. Families is the main thing in our society.
But what are families?
Huh?
What are families?
All the families, you know.
What are families?
You construct a better
No,
life.
honey, no.
Uh,
Family. Today, the concept of family that we have is terrible, horrible. It's the root of all evil in our planet. Is the concept of family that we have, because our family comes first before anybody else, isn't it? And this is horrible. It shouldn't. Okay? The concept should be one family only. The concept should be union of everybody. Everybody's equal. It shouldn't be my grandson. It should be all grandsons. And that's the reason why we are here repeating this cycle. Because we still don't get it. There is no my or yours. There is no me or you. There is no him and them. There is only us.
And it's not like morals.
This is very simple to understand. And the concept of family, as we build right now, is a concept of power. I need to make my family look good. And for them to look good, they need to be honest students. Right? They do be because that's what looks good in society. But Jesus Christ never went to school. Chico Xavier had 3rd grade. See, it has nothing to do with the intellect. It has nothing to do with separation. Your family should be my family, and my family should be your family. That's how it's supposed to be.